Hey y'all. My name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips, and you are tuned in to Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. Within Kingdom Things Podcast, I use my shaman mama capabilities, my extrasensory perception, my connection to the divine that I am, that we are, my mediumship, my channeling abilities to share energies and messages from the oneness of all things, the multiverse, Hashem, Shekinah, the omniverse, the Most High, Prime Source, God, Allah. Publish these energies and messages within the podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, to assist us to be a resource as we awaken in the masses to the remembrance that we are one with all things. We are one with divine potentials. We are one with limitless potentials. We are one with God. Simultaneously, we are authentic frequential patternings or divine presence, having a human experience or a soul having incarnated as a human being on planet Earth, focusing our conscious awareness most of the time as our human of planet Earth to assist with the growth and evolution of all things. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Follow if you're watching on Spotify to join the Kingdom Things Podcast journey to a healed and balanced human culture of planet Earth. Please do not replace any of your professional medical advice with anything you hear within Kingdom Things Podcast. With love, whatever resonates with your heart space, you're more than welcome to utilize on your journey of remembrance, aligning to more of your divinely purpose, frequential embodiment, or your soul or your divine presence as universally aligned, universally assigned for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. Whatever doesn't resonate with your heart space, leave it. It's fine. It don't make me know, never mind. It's fine. Within the Kingdom Things Podcast Meetup, you are participating, communing within the Kingdom Things Podcast Meetups. Within the Kingdom Things Podcast Meetup, I transcendentally channel dimensions of the oneness of all things, ancestral forces, spaces, places, beings that are lending their energy, their face, meaning their energy, their wisdoms, their healing potentials through these transmissions, Kingdom Things Podcast Meetups, to assist us as we awaken, to help us remember, activate our soul's DNA, divine remembrance, having bouts as we are all having bouts of spontaneous spiritual awakening or satori, where we are remembering our divine wisdoms. You're not going crazy. Again, don't replace any of your professional medical advice with Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. We're remembering in the masses that we are divine potentials, having a human experience to assist with growing and evolving all things. Which brings me to the Kingdom Things Podcast channeled Human Dharmic Purpose. The divine says we were created to be the remembrance that we are limitless potentials, having a human experience, limitless potentials with the illusion of finite or dimensionality. Isn't that beautiful? We're limitless, infinite, with the illusion of dimensionality or finite. Dimensions, what are dimensions? Quantifiable or finite, right? We are limitless potentials with the illusion of finite or dimensionality or incarnations or within this paradigm of space and time. Having a divine experience as human beings of planet Earth to help grow and evolve of all of creation or all of divine presence or all of limitless potentials. We commonly know divine creation, limitless potentials as God within our realm of understanding with our paradigms, synaptical evolution as this modern day ascension cycle, this timeline ascension cycle of the human being of planet Earth. Let's take a deep breath. And we're going to go ahead and get into, let's finish up the human dharmic purpose. It's biblically prophesied. We're created to be limitless potentials within space and time or the illusion of form or finite. The divine wants to see, what do we create? With being the stark polarity of dark and light, yin, yang, left, right, or the spectrum of wholeness or limitless potentials, what do we create? The divine says the Most High, Hashem, Shekinah, Allah, Prime Source, says we were created to be wellness and balance. We were created to be the masters of unconditional love, or the masters of the understanding that everything I experience in my reality is only a mirror or manifestation of my own energy to help grow and evolve me into more remembrance or more divine alignment of the limitless potentials in which I am. Which brings me to the Kingdom Things Podcast call to action. Sit with yourself for at least 1 hour a day, every day. Ask yourself, hey soul, hey self, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness of my limitless potentials, to embody my limitless potentials, to show up as my limitless potentials, to manifest, co-create a reality, human culture that mirrors my limitless potentials? Wait for the answers because they will come. I channeled, let me put this in my notes so I don't forget. I'm about to reference Kingdom Things Podcast, reference content. I channeled within the Kingdom Things Podcast installment titled Frequential Patterning Part 1. There is a Frequential Patterning Part 2. I will link both of these installments below in the description under the reference suggested Kingdom Things podcast installments. I channel that there are Frequential Patterning Part 1. I channel that there are an infinite number of ways to perceive reality. And there are infinite number of dimensions or energies in reality to perceive. What does this mean, Ashley? It means however your lingo with the universe is, whether it's you're strong in clairaudience or clairsentience or clair-knowing, claircognizance, or any of the clairs, or synesthesia, where the way you interact with the universe or feel and translate understandings with your lingo with energy or all things, if it's unique to you, there's not really a title for it. Understand that there are an infinite number of paradigms or energies in reality to perceive. And there are an infinite number of ways to perceive the infinite number of energies in reality for you to perceive. Validate yourself in your knowings. Again, if you feel the need to reach out for additional assistance as you awaken, and remember, do this. Do whatever you feel heart-guided, mind-guided, soul-guided to do on your journey of remembrance. Nothing is bad. Nothing is wrong. We are all awakening. We are all remembering. And our journeys are unique to our soul's evolution. Our journeys are unique to our unique frequential patterning, that is our existence, our incarnation, as dimensions of the oneness of all things, or infinite potentials, or divine creation, infinite creation. Sit with yourself for at least 1 hour a day, every day. Ask yourself, hey soul, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness of my limitless potentials? Wait for the answers, because they will show. Again, your lingo with the universe is most likely unique to you. Validate yourself in your knowings and reach out and get whatever help you feel like you need in your journey of remembrance. Which brings me, let's go ahead and flow into the Kingdom Things Podcast 2033 Prophecy. Y'all, we are awakening. We're expanding our consciousness. We're having, again, bouts of Satori, spiritual awakening. Our vibrations are raising. The energetic vibration, the energetic frequential patterning of our beingnesses, of our reality, are raising in oscillation or speed. Right? So it's resulting in spiritual awakenings. And spiritual awakenings are synonymous with our consciousness expansion. Kingdom Things Podcast 2033 Prophecy. I channel from Hashem, the Most High, Shekinah, Prime Source, God, Allah, Brahman. By the year, I try to hit as many cultures as I can, you know, baby, I try to be inclusive, all inclusive here at Kingdom Things Podcast, because we are truly one. And every dimension of reality is a stroke on the canvas, a unique pigment on the canvas of the bigger picture called existence. So I try to be all inclusive here within Kingdom Things Podcast. The Most High says by the year 2033, we will be a human culture of planet Earth with no disease, no death, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking, no pedophilia, as disease, death, war, famine, poverty, sex trafficking, human trafficking, pedophilia. We're all a part of the makings of us, or creations that manifested within our gestational phase, or when we were in a dense rung of calcified, low, slowly moving energies that correlated with thought patterns of destitution, lack, which created or manifested death, disease, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking. Again, our energies, vibrations rising of our beingness, of our reality. And this is biblically prophesied, ancient prophesied prophecy being resurrected, where all of God's creation, all of divine creation, all of the oneness of all things is awakening, rising into remembrance that we are limitless potentials. Not only are we limitless potentials, but we are limitless potentials, a part of a grander, infinite creation with truly no alpha and omega that just always exists. Infinite potentials that just always exist. The divine wants to see, what do we create? 2033, we've already decided in the masses. Creation already decided. I channel from my heart space, from my soul. And by the way, all throughout Kingdom Things Podcast, you have the audio styles where it's just me speaking. I'm channeling nonetheless. I'm living my life and I'm channeling. Those audio clips, those were in the earlier years of Kingdom Things Podcast. That was me truly cataloging my convening with the ancestral forces to help me awaken, strengthen my divine connection that I am, that we all are. I channel from the heart, through the heart space, The catalog is timeless, by the way. Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. Catalog is timeless. Whatever calls out to your heart space, is probably something in there to help you remember, come into more wellness and balance energetically. And we are energy. So when we are in wellness and balance energetically, everything else in our reality manifests as wellness and balance, abundance, upliftment, no death, no disease, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, no human trafficking, no sex trafficking, no pedophilia. I channel from my heart space, divine wisdoms. Whenever creation needs something to continue to grow and evolve, it naturally produces it. The human being of planet Earth is a natural production, natural produce from the tree of life. The tree of life's natural disposition to continue to grow and evolve. Another natural produce or fruit from the tree of life's natural disposition to continue to grow and evolve is the human culture of planet Earth with no death, no disease, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. We about to deep dive into our multidimensionality, y'all. We know about parallel timelines and multiple universes, the multiverse, right? We're not the only human being of planet Earth within our ascension cycle. Meaning I channeled this, and I'm gonna link this episode below. This is the title of this Kingdom Things Podcast installment. Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips installment is Human 2000 Year Reset. And there's something else in the title. You'll see it below in the reference suggested content. I had a conversation with God where I was channeling. I was asking, I was being gifted questions through my inner space, dialogue through my inner space. So I'll ask the question and then I would be presented the answer, right? This channeling, a form of channeling. And I got into parallel realities. And the soul was like, it's a segment in the middle of this Human 2000 Year Reset. Link below. I got into talking about parallel realities with the divine, with my inner space, with the oneness of all things. Again, the divine, my inner space, the oneness of all things has 0 degrees of separation from yourself, your inner space, and the oneness of all things. So we got to talking, and the divine was like, the best way for me to explain it for your synaptical understanding of creation, of existence, it's like clones. So there's somebody that baby, there's a dimension of myself, baby, mirror dimension of myself, many mirror dimensions of myself and other timelines of reality. And their existence is just as pertinent as my immediate potentials. That I'm my consciousness is readily focused into consciously on my moment-to-moment, day-to-day existence as Ashley-Nicole Phillips. There's Ashley-Nicole Phillips in many timelines, parallel timelines that are just as pertinent as I am, right? Simultaneously, every human being that in my conscious, just like you, there's whatever your name is, Cindy Lou Who, right? Let's say your name is Cindy Lou Who, baby. There's a Cindy Lou Who's in many dimensions, parallel realities, universes, and their experience is just as pertinent as your experience. So your conscious. Oh, baby, we're finna get into it. Oh, this is healing medicine. Oh, this is like kind of a new insight. Cindy Lou Who, the other dimensions of yourself and other parallel realities is just as pertinent as where your consciousness is focused, and how you know Cindy Lou Who, how you know yourself, right? Simultaneously, every human being that you could walk outside and experience in our immediate tangible reality, and our immediate understanding of consciousness or divine creation, and our immediate realm of reality on our immediate planetary community is you in another dimension as well. Ooh. You in another universe as well. Ooh. You in another timeline of reality existence as well. Ooh, ooh. Right? And as we experience reality is truly constantly shift shaping, or timelines are constantly merging and collapsing and intertwining to create what we perceive in our reality in any moment. It's just energies moving or timelines collapsing and merging incessantly, constantly to create the picture scenes that are our realities, our realm, our planet, our community, called being a human culture of planet Earth. Every time you have a pestering internal thought or pestering internal thoughts, that is you in other dimensions, whether it's your neighbor, your friend, your parent, your cousin, your dog, because our dogs are so much more intelligent than we think, right? Our animals are so much more intelligent than we perceive. And we know that through dolphins, baby. Dolphins show us up, baby, right? I don't know if you want to take an IQ test next to a dolphin, baby. If we got somebody that's real fluent in dolphin telepathy, baby, they might eat. The dolphin might eat the IQ test, right, in the best way. So we know I wanted to use some hip vernacular. They might eat. Oh yeah, I gotta joke and make funnies because it makes life beautiful. So we know animals are intelligent because the dolphin, baby, proves us up. Dogs are super intelligent. I've seen dogs on the social medias. I try to teach my dog this. I'm just kidding. But I saw a dog go to the gosh darn refrigerator and get their owner a beverage. I was like, why my dog can't do that? I'm just kidding. No, but my dog Blue, he's transcended. But he knew how to do. He was a pit bull terrier, beautiful sandy brown hair and blue eyes. I'm gonna post a picture of him right here, and I promise I'm gonna post it right here. Picture that's Blueford. His name was Blueford. Short, we called him Blue, right? He's transcended, but he knew how to shake hands. I said, or give high fives. I said, Blue, give me a high five. He'll put his paw up and give shake hands, give a high five. Give a high five, Blue. He'll put his paw up. So we know animals are intelligent. Whenever we perceive any internal thought that seems intrusive or pestering or just like not something that we would normally focus our thought patterns on, or sorry, an intrusive thought, a new thought, that is the other dimensions of self. Whether it's you in another parallel reality, parallel universe, or your neighbor, your dog, your cousin, the dolphin over in Bahamas that baby eat on that IQ test. And we're awakening to this, to the remembrance. Whenever you're having what seems like a spiritual warfare, spiritual attack, I'm practicing this in a new level because I channel this all throughout the podcast, and I'll actually link below. I channel Archangel Michael and Katumi, and Archangel Michael was like, hey, Spirit's not going to hide anymore from y'all. Spirit's not going to placate or water itself down just so y'all can keep on believing in y'all's limitations. You know, if we feel like, baby, do y'all see what's going on in the world? All the UFOs, all the things. That's a part of Spirit not hiding anymore. Like, baby, the UFO that was next to the plane, we was going somewhere. Like, what you thought we were gonna cloak ourselves because y'all plane pulled up? No, baby, we didn't feel like cloaking in that moment. We was on our way somewhere, just like you was on your way somewhere. On your way somewhere. Our planet is multidimensional. And there are ETs, interdimensionals, all the things, multidimensional beings that live on our planet in different realms. So when we see UFOs and stuff, like, we didn't feel like cloaking that day. And they also know it's like a test to see how we're going to react. It's the divine preparing us and acclimating us to our multidimensionality, our multidimensional existence. So I channel Archangel Michael and Katumi. Archangel Michael's like, we're not finna placate ourselves anymore. We're not watering ourselves down. Spirit's not watering itself down anymore. Just so y'all can stay y'all's box of finite limitation lack. Y'all's gestational phase box. The divine says we no longer need a gestational phase, gestating human being. We no longer need a human being of your ascension cycle, of your timeline of existence, and this dense energy, this dense rung of low vibrating energy, slowly vibrating energies that created death, disease, war, famine, poverty, lack, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking. We no longer need this. We now need an awakened human being of planet Earth. High consciousness, baby, fit to the night con. Human being of planet Earth that creates, that remembers, that understands that reality is journeying existence with an inquisitive disposition, understanding everything in your existence is a mirror of yourself. And not just waiting to meet yourself in your reality, but being proactive, at least 1 hour a day, going inside like, hey, so what do I need to know to grow in meditation? What do I need to know to grow into greater conscious awareness of who I am and my limitless potentials? But understanding that, understanding that reality is the journey. Existence is a journey of evolving into greater conscious awareness of our limitless potentials, or our connection, our intimate existence connection that is the oneness of all things. Archangel Michael's like, we're not about to hide no more. Shoot. You know, if we got ETs been going to another dimension, all the things, been flying wherever they're flying, we don't feel like cloaking in that moment. We didn't feel like cloaking our spacecraft. So you seen us, we was flying right next to the plane. Hello, y'all had y'all's cameras up. Hello, how y'all doing? Where y'all going? I already know, because they could read minds like, oh, they're going to Hawaii, or they're going to London. Safe travels, y'all. They're living life just like we are. And they're existing to grow and evolve into greater conscious awareness of their oneness with all things, just as we are. Yes, they're heightened civilizations, heightened consciousness civilizations, so they can be helpful to us, just as we can be helpful for them, because we're each other's mirror. We can show each other dimensions of ourselves, regardless if we're a third dimensional dwelling being, or a fifth to the ninth, fifth to the 10th, fifth to the 18th dimensional being. We can all show each other different dimensions of each other to grow and evolve into greater intimacy with the self, or the oneness of all things. The divine wants to see, what do we create? That is our dharmic purpose as dimensions of existence. No death, no disease, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, no human trafficking, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking by 2033. We are multidimensional beings. We are remembering this. Whenever you're getting intrusive thoughts, it's dimensions of yourself and other dimensions dropping into our heart spaces, asking ourselves, what can this thought pattern teach me about myself? Because I know this thought pattern is a dimension of myself, because all is one, all is within. I'm one with all things, whether it's me in a different parallel universe, or it's my dog, baby, he having a think tank session. Brother, my dog is, baby, I just feel about it, and baby, I'm now coming consciously aware. My dog be thinking about stuff, be pondering. my dog is, baby, Archimedes in the past life. You know, I'm just kidding. It's a joke. My dog, I'm a philosopher. My dog be philosophized. I don't even know it. And now I'm remembering. I'm saying this to say we are coming online to the understanding that nothing is off the table. Nothing is out of reach. Nothing is truly unordinary, because we are limitless. And I was talking with some ancestral forces. They were telling me to own my story. They're like, Ashley, we've seen weirder things happen in creation. Whatever God, when you go inside of yourself, whoever God says you are, whatever resonates with your heart space, whatever you're hearing through your heart space, whatever story the divine, your soul is telling you through your heart space, set the intentions for it to be your highest timeline potentials for the upliftment and regeneration of all things, so that you know you're traveling a journey to be your most abundant self. Whatever that story is to you, believe in it, speak it into yourself, align with it, allow yourself to align with these energies and these wisdoms and these thought patterns. The ancestral forces from other dimensions, they were like, Ashley, we've seen weirder things. Just own your story so you can be your fullest self. Own your story that's in your heart space so you can be your fullest self. Because in order for creation to create, we have to be, walk, act in the story that we came into creation to be, walk, act in. Whatever our heart space is telling us we have to be in that to play our part in creation or evolution. The upliftment and regeneration of all things. Again, this is a Kingdom Things podcast meetup. I'm super excited. This is an eclectic mix. We got many dimensions in the building. We got the Kings of Kush. And I talked about the Kings of Kush when I first experienced their energy consciously in this dimension of myself, within the Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips installment titled Origins of the Divine Human Are Now. It's something along those lines. It's linked below in the reference content. I was having a powwow session or convening with the ancestral forces. It was actually an extrasensory perceptive experience. I call whenever I'm calming my energy and being inquisitive about my energy to grow and evolve my energy into higher vibrations, higher wisdoms. I call these powwow sessions. I do offer personal powwow sessions. I do them sparingly so that I don't overwork myself. You can book your powwow session below. Kingdom Things Podcast, Healing Home, powwow session below within the Kingdom Things Podcast, Healing Home Square portal below in the description. Whenever I'm calling my energies, I call those the powwow sessions. Whenever I'm consciously going inside to heal and uplift my vibrations and align my energy, my frequential patterning with higher wisdoms, I call them powwow sessions. It was a powwow session / an extrasensory perceptive experience. I was actually sitting right here in my room. And I was talking to the ancestral forces. They're like, we're here, Ashley. We're supporting you. We're you, meaning humanity. We're supporting y'all as y'all awaken. We're here. And I could just perceive them in a room together. They're like, we're here, but we're in other dimensions. I said, oh, because these understandings that I'm growing into, it's a process. It's a journey, not a race. I was less consciously aware of these understandings. They're like, we're here, but we're in other dimensions. And I talk about this. I tell this story in the Kingdom Things podcast installment, Origins of the Divine Human Are Now. They're like, we're here, but we're in other dimensions. And there was an energy. I could see this ancestral forces in a room through my mind's eye. I could feel their energies. And there was this one energy. It felt like it was glaring, staring at me. It was the King of Kush. So we're channeling the King of Kush today. The Agarthans of Agartha, inner earth, realm, civilization, multidimensional beings. Menelik, the first of the Solomonic Dynasty. I was sitting in the cafe, y'all. It was like a couple years ago. As I was waking up to my soul truths, and my soul was teaching me about myself and all the things, my authentic frequential patterning. I was sitting in the cafe and I was having a powwow session, and Spirit was guiding me through all these understandings. I was Googling stuff. I was getting divine downloads, divine intuitive revelations, all the things. Because my soul wanted me to understand my connection to the Davidic dynasty, King David's lineage. My soul was like, Ashley, you have Ethiopian blood in this lifetime. And you're of the lineage of Queen Sheba and King Solomon. I was like, whoa. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I heard it from my inner space. I was like questioning it. I believed it, I believed it, but parts of me had disbelief. My mother brought my grandfather up to where we live, the city where we live. My grandfather lives in another city. My mother brought my grandfather to the city that we live. And we were in the kitchen together. He was like, hey, Ashley, I didn't say not a word about it. It was spirit, divine revelation, right? Because we're all spirit. We're all one with the divine. We're all connected in the divine. Because we are all the divine, experiencing the divine to grow and evolve the divine into more wellness and balance for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. My grandpa was like, hey, Ashley, you know, we have ancestors, we have ancestors that came over to the States from Ethiopia, right? I was like, whoa. I didn't say anything about it at all. I was like, whoa, shoot. That was my soul telling me, believe, Ashley, believe in this. I was like, oh, goodness. I was like, yeah. I was like, well, I knew then. I was like, okay, there it is, right? So we have Menelik, the first of the Solomonic Dynasty, which is Queen Sheba and King Solomon's first son, that we're channeling today, as well as Leonardo da Vinci. I'm super excited. Let's go ahead and just get into it. We channeled a lot of goodies so far, a lot of divine wisdoms, a lot of existential remembrance. We're going to go ahead and start off with the King of Kush and just let it all flow and go. You're more than welcome to close your eyes to allow any energies that want to permeate your beingness to do so, for the upliftment and regeneration of your soul path, of your ancestry, as universally assigned, universally aligned. Again, do not replace any of your professional medical advice with anything you hear or experience within Kingdom Things podcast. Thank you. Bless me, excuse me. We have arrived. We have arrived. We have arrived. Ashley doesn't want to say this, but this is what we want to say. Phalluses standing tall, like the vessel that is the kings of Kush, the king of Kush. Ashley does not remember who I am, but I remember who you are, who we are. Dynasty, royalty, divine expression. Austrian. I want Ashley to say Austrian because I want her to understand which king of Kush humanity is being graced with today. Austrian. We have personalities, dear humans of planet Earth. Spirit. As you would perceive me as spirit, as I am a high vibrational being in a dimension of existence that is far from your being of existence when it comes to space and time, or the illusion of space and time, or the illusion of energetic distance. We are one, humanity. We are here and now. Thank you, Ashley. Divine revelation alert, y'all. I'm like, I kept on hearing Austria. I was like, Austrian. I'm channeling King of Kush. It's like, firstly, your energy is coming on really abrasive. You want me to say phallus. You want to talk about phalluses. He's like, yeah, that's what I want to say. Right. So let's go ahead and say it then. Self-acceptance. We are one energy. Just because I wouldn't say that like that. All right. The King of Kush energy is channeling through me. Says, hey, I want to say I stand tall like my phallus. Self-acceptance. We are one energy. And then, you know, we have the thing between in our civilization. Let's how we gonna start this, Ashley? How we gonna, baby? How we gonna start this? I'm gonna do this slightly politically correct, but not really, because I want to just be honest. We have an energy in our society, which, baby, we know, baby, civil rights, United States of America, baby, we can't hide from ourselves, baby. Black people were enslaved in the States, and we had the right into law, civil rights for African American people. So we know the tension, the contentious nature between Caucasian people, European people, white people, African, Black, African American people on this planet. And we think of King of Kush, we're like, ooh, royal dynasty, African royal dynasty, Black men, like, ooh, you know, there's a pride that comes in your there's a pride that bolsters your Blackness, your African American, your African nature when you hear the stories of a King of Kush, African dynasty, dark skin, tall standing Black men, right? There's a pride, sense of pride. And I'll tell you, I grew up, I'm from the South, the United States of America. I grew up every year from grade school learning about people that look like me, Black people, learning that we were slaves, that we were in bondage. I learned this every year in history school since like the 3rd grade about slavery. People that look like me, oh, y'all are slaves, bondage. And we're gonna get into that in a few weeks. We're gonna heal it up in a few. I mean, I've been working on healing it, but we're gonna be channeling some ancestral forces. It's gonna be a treat, y'all. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna do a spoiler alert. It's gonna be a treat. I keep fixing my shirt. Excuse me, y'all. It's gonna be a treat. We gonna heal up these energies, baby. We're gonna channel the ancestral forces to help us, because we are truly what? One. So we're not gonna placate or, baby, tiptoe around the contentious nature between Black and white people on this planet. And and that's just a spectrum whole, and yin yang, Black, white, and all types of cultures and heritages, cultures, races, ethnicities. We feud with each other over differences. The King of Kush said, I stand tall like my phallus. I said, oh, that's what we're trying to say. I just heard phallus. I said, that's what we're trying to say. That's what I want to say. Respecting the King of Kush energy's differences. I'm go ahead and speak. Use my body vessel as a tabernacle. Go ahead and share your wisdoms, your energy, all the things, the insights. Good healing, y'all. This is great healing. Thank you, King of Kush. We're not done. I just had to stop and say thank you, give gratitude, because all of this being healed from this channeling of the King of Kush. This darn near needs to be a 2-part series. It's gonna be long. This installment, we're not gonna do it 2 parts. I'm not gonna do that to y'all. I'm not gonna do that to us. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be 1 installment. He said, I heard Austria. Like, I want Ashley to know which King of Kush I am. Austria. I'm like, Austria? How does that fit? Baby, Austrians, Europeans. I'm like, how does that fit? And I have European blood. I grew up learning about my blackness. Oh, your people are in bondage. So I had a fire, a fervor of the contention in my blood, boiling in my blood, because I knew better. My soul told me, you're more than just your skin, and your beingness is more than just bondage and enslavement, Ashley. And this is how I felt in my body. So every year in grade school, since baby I graduated high school, you want to tell me that? So over, gosh darn, a long time, over, gosh darn, 10 years. You want to tell me that? That people that look like me were bondage and slavery? That's the energy you want to project onto me? That's all you want to tell me? And then History Month, you want to tell me about respect to all the ancestors? You want to tell me about the peanuts? George Washington Carver, the inventor George Washington Carver, and peanuts. George Washington Carver and peanuts and slavery. That's what you want to tell me about my blackness. That's what you want to drill into my conscious and subconscious mind about who I am. Now, I love me down some peanut butter. It's packed with magnesium, so it's great for helping you regulate your nervous system. That's what you want to tell me about myself. So I had I heal, and the whole Kingdom Things podcast is healing. I meet this within myself. God said, yes, you're one energy. Ashley, don't deny your blackness. I created you to be black for a reason. So you can be who you are, to balance out and uplift all things to your experience of who you are, all the dimensions of who you are. So own every dimension of yourself. Own every dimension of yourself and your experience, to grow and evolve your experience into more limitless potentials. Thank you, King of Kush. So I grew up with just irritated, because every time it came around, we talking about slavery, I'm like, here we go again. Here we go. And I remember my teacher in the 5th grade, bless her, genuinely bless her. She was like reading about, baby, I know this is a simulation, the Matrix, because the universe knows how this irritates me. And now I know. I didn't know in the 5th grade. I wasn't remembering in the 5th grade that everything in our reality is just mirroring to us, ourselves, to teach and grow our energy. My teacher, I'm not gonna say her name, but she was like, we were in a pod, because all the 5th grade classes were in this pod, and we all the 5th grade classes came out and sat inside the pod. And my teacher was reading out the book about black people, and it was slavery, of course, and out the history book to all the 5th grade classes. There was a picture of a slave. She's like, it has like a tag on his foot. It has. I was like, it. Before Soulja Boy even did that interview, when he was like, Drake, I was like, it. I was in the 5th grade. I was like, it. She's like, excuse me. I was like, I look, baby, it had, I stood up, baby, I glared at her. I was like, she's like, oh, excuse me. They have, but I didn't know how strong, powerful our minds are. Baby, she said it, and I looked up from my book, and baby, I was like, it? She's like, excuse me, they. Baby, see how powerful our minds are? Baby, I told the Matrix, I was like, I don't like that. She was like, excuse me, they have. So I grew up with this contention in my heart and my spirit when it comes to black and black and differences. When it comes to differences, I'm gonna link below DNA 12-strand DNA activation, because I tell my story. I'm gonna link 12-strand DNA activation, this episode of Kingdom Things podcast, below, because I tell my story about healing this energy within myself. Like, Ashley, why did you have so much contention when it comes to white and black relations in your body? Because past life, my immediate past life or multidimensional experience of my consciousness, my soul print, my evolution of the makings of me, I was a racist white. I was a bigoted white woman. So in this life, I incarnated as Ashley-Nicole Phillips, a black African-American, Afrocentric, beautiful queen, to love blackness and to forgive and love my whiteness as well, because I'm multiracial. My grandmother is a fully white woman. My mom's mom is a fully white woman. So I have all these experiences to grow and evolve the energies and to forgive myself, to garner the wisdoms, to embody and be more my limitless disposition, rather than the anger, the fear, the resentment of aligning with low vibrational understandings of why we experience our realities or contention, or why we feel the way we feel. King of Kush was like Austria. I was like, Austria, that's white people. That's European folks. King of Kush said, Austria, I want you to understand what I'm about to lead you into something. I want you to understand who I am. King of Kush, I want you to understand who I am, Austria. I was like, baby, that don't make no sense to me, babe. I like the contention of like that black pride, like King of Kush, yeah. And then like Austria, I was like, what, baby? That I was just like, I wasn't expecting it. It was like my programming was like, what? But I know to allow. I know to allow because I know I'm about to be taught something about myself, about more of my limit. I'm being led into more of my limitless potentials. So I know to allow. I said, okay, Austria. I was like, okay, Austria. That's what he's saying. That's what the King of Kush, Austria. And then my soul said, hey, Ashley, pause. Right after I channeled King of Kush, the soul said, hey, Ashley, pause this. We want to give you this divine revelation. I channeled King of Kush, Austria. Google AI says, baby, what are you talking about? There is no correlation between King of Kush and Austria. I kept on scrolling to the notes. The Google AI is like, hey, King of Kush is King of Kush. There's no direct lineage specifications of the dynasties. We have Austria, the Holy Roman Emperor. Oh, shoot. What did you notice, Ashley, when you were channeling the King of Kush? I noticed the energy was... I recognized the energy. It was brazen energy. Brazen, unique energy. I would say imbalanced in the way that the energy believes it's like the ish and the urine. Like it believes it's the end all be all. Like it has a pride about itself where the energy feels like it is, baby, the center of the universe. And I know that the oneness of all things, the accumulation of all things is the center of all things. The oneness of all things. As great as our unique frequential incarnations are, or our limitless, varied, infinite dimensions that make up all things, as beautiful as they are, I know that we're dimensions of the oneness of all things. We're a stroke on the canvas of all things. This energy was like, nah, I'm the whole canvas. I was like, it's a stroke energy. It's definitely a stroke energy, but it's like, because all things are only strokes, because we're limitless. So everything always only gets bigger. There's nothing that's really all. Because existence is limitless. It's like a stroke energy because everything is a stroke energy. Like, nah, I'm all things. You know, it's like, nah. But it's like, yeah, we're all things. But it's like this energy, the belief of its allness doesn't supersede its immediate understanding of itself. So it's like a stark paradigm of who it is. A limited, finite paradigm of who it is. But it believes that limited, finite paradigm of who it is all that there is. So it's like a stroke energy. Respect, King of Kush, Ancestral Force. Respect. And we getting the divine revelations together. We're healing and growing, evolving together. So stroke energy is like, nah, I'm all things. Stand tall like a phallus. I'm like, okay. All right. We're going to give it to the podcast. We're going to heal up about it. Google Austria. I'm like, Austria. Shout out to Soldier Boy. Wellness and balance, peace, and remembrance of limitless potentials. As universally aligned, universally assigned for the upliftment and regeneration of all things, and so shall it be. Ashe, shalom, amen, namaste, bismillah, inshallah, assalamu alaikum, mashallah. Because I'll get ancestral forces all the time. Like, hey, can you go say a prayer for this person? Say a prayer for this person. Say a prayer for... I've been feeling that in my spirit about Soldier Boy. So I just want to go ahead and say the prayer right here. Blessings and wellness, upliftment for all your whole lineage, all the things. Since I've been using your joke a lot. I've been using your joke a lot. I love it. Some of you keep using it. We are one. Ooh. So I'm like, Austria. Austria. And then it said Austria, Holy Roman Emperor. I channeled the Holy Roman Emperor. And just like the King of Kush stroke, feel like it's the whole canvas. Holy Roman Emperor was like, I am the Holy Roman Emperor, and I will always be the Holy Roman Emperor. I know there's like 10 of us, the whole lineage. I don't know how many Holy Roman Emperors there were, but there's more than one. He's like, I'm the Holy Roman Emperor. Baby, I'm the whole canvas, even though I'm a stroke. It was like that energy, a super stark perception of self. A super dense perception of self, like a dense energy. And when we're calcified in who we are, we're obstinate about who we are. We don't allow for ourselves to flourish into more of our limitless potentials. We're always where we are when we are. We're always who we are when we are, always who we are when we are. To assist with the growth and evolution of all things. I saw Holy Roman Emperor under Austria. I was like, ooh, shoot. And I got the divine revelation. It's the same energy. The energies that manifest as the King of Kush is the same energy that manifests as the Holy Roman Emperor. And baby, my Black Pride, baby, gosh darn, Black Panther, picking the hair, kente cloth earrings, gosh darn, 1-2 step at the cookout, Cupid shuffle at the cookout, gosh darn, Soldier Boy at the cookout, Yulin at the cookout. You know, my blackness, I was like, dang, that's not true. A little bit, just a minuscule. I just for 0.3 seconds, I was like, dang, that's wild. I thought we had something that was ours. But I know what's better than ours is understanding that the ours, instead of just being like the Black culture, when I say ours, I meant Black culture. We do have something that's ours, our connection that we are all one in each other. Different dimensions of each other, experiencing each other to grow and evolve each other. I noticed that, you know, there's dishes all across the planet. They're called different things, but they're the exact same dish. Like a perfect example, flatbreads. We have the Afghanistan flatbread, which I feel like, I don't remember the name. I'll put it right here. You have naan, which is India. You have, gosh darn, tortillas, which is Hispanic, Mexican, Texan. Mexican, Hispanic tortillas. You have roti, which I'm not sure what culture that is. I'll put it right here so we can learn stuff, because I love learning stuff. We have roti, we have naan, we have the Afghanistan version of flatbread, which is really good because they fold the butter in it and it gets all flaky and delicious. Ooh, that's I'm not trying to cause any more contention. But my favorite flatbread that I ever tried was Afghanistan flatbread. True, I've never had cheesy naan. If I have cheesy naan, I might change my mind about something, right? I've had tortillas. I love tortillas. I love tortillas. Same dish, slightly different variations from all over the planet. And if you notice in our religions, they have the underlining same sentiments of self-love, loving thy neighbors, not harming, treating others the way you want yourself to be treated. We are one. Thank you, King of Kush. The energy that manifests as the King of Kush is the same energy that manifests as Holy Roman Emperor. And y'all, I'm going to link this Kingdom Things podcast installment below, because I did channel the Holy Roman Emperor with Archangel Michael. And that one is a bit sensitive. It's a little disturbing. Sensitive, might be triggering. Again, we are one energy facing ourselves to grow and evolve our one energy into more wellness and balance for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. So we'll link Archangel Michael, Holy Roman Emperor. And then I also, again, channel Katumi with Archangel Michael and the Holy Roman Emperor. It's 2 different installments. The installment I mentioned earlier is different from this installment. They're both linked below in the reference suggested KTP installments. Thank you, King of Kush. Great healing. Great healing. Great healing. We are one. We are infinite. Woo-wee. I'm going to go ahead and sit back. And we are going to channel, thank you again, King of Kush. I'm going to go ahead and sit back, and we are going to go ahead and channel the Agarthans of Agartha, which is inner earth realm of multidimensionality of divine creation. Thank you again ahead of time, Agarthans. Thank you, Ashley, for having us. We told you if you ever needed our help in your mission to assist with bringing wellness to the planet, assist with bringing wellness to third dimension human beings, we will be here to help. We are here to help humanity. You are one energy. So as Ashley has her mission, her purpose to uplift the vibrations, the frequential patterning of the human culture, planet Earth, that is the human energy of planet Earth, we as well all have the same mission to uplift the human energies of planet Earth that are in a dense amnesiac state called demonic beingness or hell. You no longer have to demonize your beingness, your low vibrational existence, but embrace it, love it, evolve it, grow it, to remember that we are one. And we will see you soon. Soon enough. Thank you, Ashley. Whoa. Ooh. Thank you, Agarthans of Agartha. I appreciate it. I did have an extrasensory multidimensional experience when I was in meditation prayer a couple years ago. I astral traveled to the inner earth, and I met with Agarthans. They were fluorescent light beings, and they're like, we appreciate what you're doing on the planet. We appreciate it. They're still a bit apprehensive, you know. They're still a bit apprehensive. They perceive us as surface beings, surface-dwelling beings. I channeled a song called Mother and Father. It's a holy tune. I do music as well. I heal myself in my inner space, and I channel healing energies, incantations into the music. Again, don't replace any of your professional medical advice with my music either. I channeled a song called Mother and Father, and my soul was like, hey, Ashley, we're about to give you a holy song. We're going to channel through to you a holy song. And I channeled this song. There's 2 versions. The first version is called Madre y Padre, and it's available on Epoch the Album under playlist Ashley-Nicole Music on YouTube, link below. Subscribe to join the Ashley-Nicole Music Journey to a Healed and Balanced Human Culture of Planet Earth. Ashley-Nicole Music, the playlist, Epoch the Album, Madre y Padre. Madre y Padre cantan, vuelva a casa. Eres maestro. Eres madre y padre, madre y padre, madre y padre. Mother and father sing, come home. You are the master. You are mother and father, mother and father. So there's madre y padre, Spanish version. This is a holy tune my soul would channel through to me one night. Like, hey, we're going to give you a holy song. And then I did an English version called Mother and Father, Devic Kingdom. It's on... Dang, which album is this on? Is it Agape the album? I'll link it below. I think it's Agape the album. It's not Agape. Mother and Father, Devic Kingdom. The Rapture. It's possibly the Rapture the album. I'm gonna link it below either way. It's either the Rapture the album or Agape the album or one of the 2. So I'll link it below. Or it might be another album. I can't remember. But I did an English version, and the Agarthans want me to sing a bit of it because they see us as surface-dwelling creatures, the surface of the planet, as well as we wouldn't go inside to meet ourselves. So surface, superficial beings. So they're a bit apprehensive and excited and apprehensive about how we're going to evolve and grow. Mother and father sing, come home. You are the master. You are mother and father. Mother and father. The wind chimes of your energy sing. The wind chimes of your energy ring, ring. But we gotta run the note back sometimes. Sometimes I have like that. Sometimes I have like that. The wind chimes of your energy ring, sounding like mother and father. You are looking like mother and father. You are being like mother and father. You are the Most High, mother and father, mother and father. Dear surface creature, life is greener from the inside. Allow your energies to collide, left and right. Dear surface creatures. Baby, my heart space, baby, healing and stuff. It's Mother and Father, Devic Kingdom. It's available on one of the albums, Ashley-Nicole Music. I'll link it below. The Agarthans were like, we saw y'all as surface-dwelling creatures on the surface of the planet because y'all didn't as well as surface as when it comes to spiritual, superficial beings, automatronic beings, not understanding your multidimensionality. Like, baby, y'all, we could convene together if y'all understood y'all's multidimensionality and the multidimensionality of our realm called planet Earth. They're excited, apprehensive, excited for evolution. Thank you, Agarthans of Agartha, inner Earth. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and get into channeling Menelik, the first of the Solomonic Dynasty. Thank you, Ancestral Force. I'm excited. Again, you're more than welcome to close your eyes to allow any energies or messages that would like to assist you with evolving into more conscious awareness of your limitless potentials as universally aligned, universally assigned for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. To do so, don't replace anything you experience within Kingdom Things Podcast with your professional medical advice. And so it is. Ashe, Namaste, Mashallah, Inshallah, Bismillah, Assalamu alaikum, Shalom, Amen. Thank you, Ashley. I would like her to speak with a fervor, a tenor, a bass, so you can see my face within the dialect of the tones and notes that are exuding from Ashley's throat chakra, from Ashley's esophagus. I am Menelik, the first of the Solomonic Dynasty. I am greatness. As humanity awakens, I will not choose to be less greatness in order to allow for humanity to be who humanity was created to be. Meaning, I will not allow for myself to extinguish who I am. Humanity, stand up in who you are. And let's see what we create. Ashe. Whoa. Whoa, Nelly. We've lived in placation. Thank you so much. Menelik the first of the Solomonic Dynasty. Thank you so much, Ancestral Force. We've lived and existed in placation for so long that these brazen, bright, vibrant energies and acceptance of self is like, whoa. And what do we do whenever there's, in our immediate understanding of existence, what do we do when there's a brazen person or character dimension of the divine, brazen self-accepting dimension of the divine or character or being person in our reality? What do? We fight or run from them. We become polarized around this person instead of fighting or running from the person. It's understanding our oneness with all things. The bright, brazen characters and every other dimension of the oneness of all things. To grow and evolve and have a brazen disposition or confidence in our expression of divine acceptance, divine creation. Thank you, Menelik the first of the Solomonic Dynasty. Woo, these energies are palpable and exciting. Exciting and palpable. Because I've had a fear to be, I guess it's my brain catching up. Because, a part of my evolution, the makings of me, because whenever existence needs something to continue to grow and evolve, it naturally produces it. A part of my evolution or my life's past, my life journey before 2019, when I was catalyzed onto my spiritual awakening, I was to myself a lot. Or before I received my divine revelation, but through my inner space of who I am in God, I was acting out of a fraction of who I am in God or my existence. So being activated, remembered, having spiritual awakenings, consciousness expansion, consciousness evolution into more of my limitless potentials, it's a shock to my system. And the divine, the soul, the oneness of all things, the ancestral forces is like, hey, humanity, hey, Ashley, take it slow. Be patient with yourselves and each other, Y'all are experiencing a miraculous unfolding, birthing into your divine acceptance, divine expression, multidimensionality, limitless potentials as you're in your waking state. You don't have to transcend or leave your vessels. Depart with the dimension of yourself, which are your vessels or your understanding of creation and your immediate reality. You get to grow and evolve your understanding of creation, understanding of yourself and your immediate reality into more limitless potentials as universally aligned, universally assigned for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. So these ancestral forces coming through, they're like, ooh, big boot stepping. We're big boot stepping. Thank you, Menelik the First of the Solomonic Dynasty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are going to end this Kingdom Things podcast meetup transmission with channeling Sir Leonardo da Vinci. I've channeled Leonardo da Vinci before, and I'll link the channeling below in the Kingdom Things podcast reference content below in the description. I had a draw to the energy of Leonardo da Vinci since I was a young kid. And full circle moment, hindsight 2020. Now I understand. He's remembering me into who I am, who we all are, divine channels. Leonardo da Vinci was a divine channel. Codex of Atlanticus was divine channelings, divine remembrance. His paintings, his energy, his existence, divine channel, divine remembrance. Just says all of our existence and everything we create, everything we are is divine channel, divine remembrance. Leonardo da Vinci wanted to come through to say, hey, because it was a big deal for me, y'all. When the Salvator Mundi came on the market or was released to the public, like how we found a new Leonardo da Vinci painting, I was like, whoa! I was in the gym and it came up on the screen. It was a whole news piece about it. It's like a new Leonardo da Vinci is on the scene. Like I was like, whoa! The Salvator Mundi. I was like, whoa! I was like captivated. I was like, whoa! Shoot! I was like, shoot! I was like, whoa! Went up for auction, sold for $450 million. Sir Leonardo da Vinci. I didn't want to know. I was like, I don't want to know. Like, I know I could tap in and ask Leonardo da Vinci right now. Is that his pen or not? I was like, don't tell me. I was like, nah. I don't want to know. I was like, I don't want to know. I didn't ask. I told him before. I didn't ask. I was like, I don't want to know. Let us dream. Let us dream. I did not want to know if that was a real Leonardo da Vinci or not. He said, it's not mine, Ashley. He showed me the other day. He was like, it's not my painting. He's like, it's a beautiful. He said, it's a beautiful painting nonetheless. It doesn't make it any less beautiful, but it's not my painting. I was like, oh baby. But this is a rhetoric that's been swirling in our planet for a while. It's like we don't think some people like we don't think it's his. And then a lot of people are gung-ho. No, it is his. He said, baby, from the spirit, I had a baby intimate sitting with him. He's like, hey, Ashley, he had me go look at the videos and things to let me get this download understanding. He's like, Ashley, it's not my painting. He's like, it's a beautiful painting. It doesn't make it any less beautiful. It's not mine, though. Why, Ashley? He's like, I intentionally never painted Jesus Christ. I never depicted Jesus Christ in any art, any paintings, anywhere, intentionally. He said, I had a deep spiritual connection, relationship with Jesus Christ. And the way who I knew Jesus Christ to be is not who my reality, the world knew Jesus Christ to be. So I felt amiss in regards to painting Jesus Christ. I'm being guided to use this vernacular, amiss. I'm going to look up the definition when I get done. I don't know if this is going to completely fit. We'll find out in a few minutes. He's like, I felt amiss when it came to, in regards to painting, I'm channeling. I felt amiss in regards to when it came to painting Jesus Christ, because the way I know Jesus Christ, the relationship I have with Jesus Christ, who I've seen Jesus, who I know, I've seen it in the spirit. However, Leonardo da Vinci perceived through his extrasensory perception, he's like, I've seen his face, and it's not who the world knows Jesus Christ to look like to be. So he's like, I intentionally did not paint Jesus Christ because I chose my battles. He was like, I chose my battles. He was like, he was like, I chose my battles. I didn't want to disrespect who I knew Jesus Christ to be, my relationship with Jesus Christ, just to paint who the world knew, who the world saw Jesus Christ to be. He was like, I wasn't about to do this. He was like, I wasn't finna do it. So I was like, I chose my battles. I never depicted Jesus Christ in art. because that's not who the world knew Jesus to be. That's not who I knew him to be. So I ain't paying him. He was like, I knew Jesus Christ in the spirit. Leonardo da Vinci, heavily spiritually tapped in, connected, being a spirit, channeling, all the things. He had a deep relationship with connection with Jesus Christ, just like a lot of us do. We have connection with our ancestral forces, all the things. Kingdom Things Podcast is a whole catalog of ancestral connections, ancestral intimacy, ancestral convening with the ancestors, or the other dimensions of the self. Leonardo da Vinci is like, respectfully, it's not my painting. It's beautiful nonetheless. I did not paint Jesus Christ. I'm going to sit back and transcendentally channel Leonardo da Vinci. Dang. Whoa. Woo! It makes sense. We're all one with Rabbi Yeshua, Jesus Christ. Leonardo da Vinci understood that he was one with Jesus Christ. He understood this. Whoa. So he was activated in oneness consciousness. He understood that he was one with Jesus Christ. Whoa. I just got that divine revelation. Because I was about to say, we're about to sit back and channel Rabbi Yeshua, or Jesus Christ, most commonly known as Jesus Christ. But it's Leonardo da Vinci. So I was like, that wasn't a mistake. And I looked at Leonardo da Vinci's name on the painting, written down on my notes, written down in my notes. I'm looking at Leonardo da Vinci's name. It's like, yeah, I knew I was one with Jesus Christ. I understood this. Ooh, powerful. Woo, baby. We're all one with Jesus. We're all one with each other. I'm going to go ahead and sit back, and we're going to transit. It's really great to catch these divine revelations on camera, because my brain doesn't, because we have paradigms of understanding of what creation is. So when our brain patterns or our thoughts are diverted outside of the lines or outside of the box of who we believe ourselves to be, what we believe reality to be, what we know to be, it's like, whoa, it's a divine revelation. Yeah, we're all one. But it's like for my brain to be like, hey, Leonardo da Vinci, Jesus Christ are one. Like, whoa, shoot, that's right. That's very true. It's very true. And he knew that. Getting the understanding, like Leonardo da Vinci was consciously aware that I was one with Jesus Christ. That's powerful. Baby, ancestors activated, remembered. I'm going to go ahead and sit back, and we are going to go ahead and transcendently channel Sir Leonardo da Vinci. Thank you so much ahead of time, Leonardo da Vinci. Thank you for having me, Ashley, in your podcast, and your offering to the planet as we all awaken and rise in our multidimensionality, as timelines cross, merge, and converge, to understand that we are one, walking in illumination, as we depict ourselves to be in our oneness. We are still one. We are dimensions of creation. We are benevolent. We are existence. We are family, community. Thank you, Ashley. The energy is powerful. Whoa. Let's take a beat. Let's breathe. We're going to close out the installment. Let me just breathe for a second. The excitement is, wow, powerful. Whoa. This is full of goodies. This is powerful. Yay. Thank you, Leonardo da Vinci. Thank you for these beautiful words, incantations. Start from the top of the list. Thank you, King of Kush. Thank you, Agarthans. Thank you, of Inner Earth, multidimensional beings. Thank you, Menelik, the first of the Solomonic Dynasty. Thank you, Leonardo da Vinci, for help co-creating this Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips installment. I hope there are energies and messages and goodies and insights and remembrances that excite you and bring you joy and remembrance and wellness and balance and soul activation, DNA activation, genome activation. Whatever resonates with your heart space, you're more than welcome to align to these energies and messages to assist you along your journey of remembrance into greater dimensions, conscious awareness of your limitless potentials. Whatever doesn't resonate with your heart space, please leave it. Subscribe again if you're watching on YouTube. Follow if you're watching on Spotify. Share, like, comment to help proliferate the Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips' journey to a healed and balanced human culture of planet Earth. We talked about my music, y'all. Ashley-Nicole music on YouTube. I heal in the spirit. I started recording my sessions live. So subscribe over there. I heal in the spirit. I channel my healing energies, messages, incantations into beautiful music that I hope awakens you into greater remembrance of yourself, brings you joy, excitement, wellness, balance. Ashley-Nicole music, again, available to stream on YouTube, link below. I'm also an author. I authored the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, which is a part of my awakening process. My soul ancestral forces was like, hey, Ashley, you don't remember who you are. Sit down. We're going to channel these books to you. It's a 3-part book series. The first 2 parts are Asya's story. Asya is a teenage girl growing up in the New York City foster care system. She's catalyzed onto her spiritual awakening journey when she meets her twin flame Chase in the hallway of her school Manhattan prep. A lot of things happen to her to help her we will call them existential crises, to help her remember, align to the vibrations and thought patterns and embodiments, energetic embodiments of her limitless potentials, to co-create a reality that mirrors her limitless potentials. It's Coming Home, the story of Asya, the story of Asya, I'm Home, which again are the first 2 books in the 3-part book series, the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. The 3rd part is my other half. It's such a beautiful love story. It's many love stories in one book over many lifetimes as human beings of planet Earth. 1 soul, 2 bodies. Twin flame, kingdom spells, divine counterpart journey, alchemical marriage journey back home to God inside, or our authentic frequential vibrating patterns, which is a limitless journey truly. Our authentic vibrational energetic embodiment, which is the limitless journey truly. 1 soul, 2 bodies, many lifetimes. They know they're supposed to co-create a love and a life together. Each lifetime says that their love can't work. They will co-create a love and a life. Which lifetime, under which story, which paradigms? The book is prophetic. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is available to purchase in the Amazon bookstore. Links are below. If you're doing digital copies, it's 3 separate digital downloads, $29.97 plus tax, specified in the links below. If you're doing physical copies, physical bindings, the first 2-part Asya's story comes in 1 binding. The 3rd part, My Other Half, comes in its own binding, 2 books. Those are specified links below. They're in 2 separate links specified below. $29.98 plus tax nonetheless for the 2 bindings for the 3 stories. I also want to invite you guys to come take part in Asya's Story, the animated series. It does stem from the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. I channel the healing energies and wisdoms of my conscious awareness, my multidimensional experiences in which I have conscious awareness of. I channel these healing energies and wisdoms into the animated series. It is available to stream at this time for free. My author's YouTube channel, AP Short Stories on YouTube, link below. Again, that's Asya's Story, the animated series. I hope you enjoy it. We're actually going to go ahead and roll into an episode of Asya's story in just one moment. I also now have a live series that I've co-created with the universal forces of the self. It's called Out of the Box. It's the experience that we're all having, awakening to our limitless potentials within, divine creation within, a realm of existence called being a human being on planet Earth. Out of the Box is streaming. Ashley-Nicole music on YouTube, link below. Within the playlist section, you'll see it, Out of the Box. We talked about the powwow sessions. I do offer individual powwow sessions. I channel a dissertation style, a video, energies and messages that your soul, your oneness of all things, your lineage, which is truly one with all things, all lineages, that is divine creation. Channel the energies and messages in which your soul wants you to have, or the Most High wants you to experience, to evolve you into greater conscious awareness of your limitless potentials, so that you're able to journey your journey of eternity, or your journey of embodying more of your limitless potentials with ease and grace and wellness. You can book your powwow session, individual powwow session below within the Kingdom Things Podcast Healing Home Square portal. Again, I don't take a lot of those. I do those sparingly to not overwork myself. I also have Magic Meals, y'all. I'm an intuitive chef. I love cooking. Magic Meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips is available to stream on YouTube. Whatever the ancestors tell me to put in the pot, the pan, the baking dish, this is what we put into the pot, the pan, the baking dish. We also have other really cool content over there. Dinner Talk, where we have mature conversations, self-love, baby, dating ourselves, learning about ourselves over dinner. And then we have Let Me See Your Plate, which is much mukbang style, a little bit more lighthearted. We still talk about whatever spirit puts on our heart. All of these things are available to stream. Magic Meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips over on YouTube, link below. What else do we have? I think that's it. I think this is it. All of my offerings. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because you have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because you are loving your truth. Give that love to yourself first. Self-love is the best love because it helps you perceive and embody more of your limitless potentials. I'm going to see y'all later. Bye. Thank you again, ancestors. This has been great. Bye, y'all. I am real. My inner space, or authentic, universally aligned frequency, has been and is being projected into my tangible reality. Working through my inner imbalances to perceive and embody more my limitless, balanced, well nature is a journey I wouldn't trade in for anything. A journey I wouldn't trade for anything.
The Galactic Federation of Light has assigned you to a new mission.
New mission? Give us the deets.
What do you say? You up for it, Asia?
Up, down, left, right, yin yang balance. I'm up for it.
First things first, you two need some training. I pulled some etheric cords for you to meet with the Masters.
The Masters?
Now that ancient, etheric, God, infinite creation prophecy has been resurrected, and all within is being activated to remembrance that all is one. There are no limits, no bounds. We called in the Holy Shabbat Trinity.
The Holy Shabbat Trinity.
We'll connect you two while you're on your flight. They're coming in to help all of humanity awaken in the masses, to assist all of humanity awakening to their infinite potentials.
The Holy Shabbat Trinity. I think I have a clue who you're referring to. Humanity is in great hands. We are one. We are home. We are awakening, awakened. Thanks, Barry.
That's Commander Barry to you.
Thank you, Commander Barry.
All right, off you two go. And remember, have fun, innovate, encourage, be honest, inspire, experience, and be kind.
Will do.
I've had dreams of this being my life, all of my life. I got discouraged over the years. I'm finally living my most abundant reality. I'm gonna live this reality to the fullest. With having fun, innovating, encouraging, being honest, inspiring, experiencing, and being kind. Thank you, Lieutenant Barry. Thank you, Divine Presence that I am.
We are ready for this.
We were born ready.
Hey, my name is Asia, and I am an interdimensional being. I know. I just found out myself. Everything that I thought was my truth was a lie. I chose to continue this life because of the one thing that I know isn't a lie. Love.
Jesus Christ. Rabbi Yeshua. You and Asia are being transmitted holy wisdoms, chakma, by the way of divine revelation. These wisdoms would traditionally be acquired through years of study. You are ready to wield your soul's truths of your innate, limitless, divine connection in which you are. I've been waiting forever for this, Rabbi. Your most wonderful visions, your most whimsical dreams, wondrous dreams, are your truths. You only have to be brave enough to speak your truths, to embody the energies of your truths, to manifest a reality that mirrors your truths. Yeah, Rabbi, you're right. I thought it was all a dream. Share yourselves with the world. Divine remembrance is contagious. Share your wisdoms, your love, and your balance. Gladly. Happily. The Lubavitcher Rebbe. In my sprightly animated form. You've been helping me heal over the years. To remember. To forgive. To come into wholeness. Inner union. Inner peace. Inner wellness. Inner balance. Yes, these things are true. And your inquisitive nature to journey inward, to learn more about yourself, to heal yourself, to become well, has assisted with rejuvenating, with uplifting all of divine connection, all of infinity, all of Shekinah, all of Elohim, all of God. It's the divine mandate over my life, over humanity's existence, my inner space, or my God inside, my soul, my highest presence, gave me the task to become everything I was created to be, everything that I am in the I am, to allow for the avenue for humanity to come into its dharmic purpose, for humans to become our dharmic purpose, limitless potentials in the tangible, infinite potentials with the illusion of form or finite. Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson. In fleshly animation and youth. You too, you and Nasia. You be your authentic truth. You be who you innately know that you are. You will be who you innately know in which we are. Dimensions of the infinite sea. Infinite creation. I will relax into the love, or my innate divine wisdoms. And so it shall be, and so it is ordered. Shalom.